I would be lying if I told you that, I was in tears and it ruined my day and those things. I think that ultimately there comes a time in every person's career, including my own, where you feel like, the work here is done, and it's better for the institution to have somebody else leading it into the next era. And I think Gary realized that time was now, and he's got a lot to be proud. He's got a lot to be proud of. He's a Hawk, so I'm always gonna shake his hand and say go Hawks. There's no ill will on my part. But I also tell you, I'm really excited about the future of Hawkeye athletics, maybe with somebody hopefully that understands that that college athletics has changed forever, and that they're willing to embrace the new world. And if they're willing to do that, I think that we're going to continue to ascend as an athletics program.
I know we've talked about this before, Brad, but now that this news has come down, where do you think the divide started? Why was this so difficult to form a close relationship between the Swarm and the AD?
It's speculative, right? If I had to speculate, I think there are a lot of things. I think when you are an athletics director in an athletics department, I think historically you're in charge of everything, and you have control over everything, right? And now suddenly what's happening is that there are things going on outside of your department that impact the department that you don't have control over. And depending upon what type of person you are, what kind of leader you are, what kind of manager of people you are, that can be something that you can roll with the punches and adjust to and adapt, or it can be something that can cause hostility, animosity, or what's the word I'm looking for? Just something that causes you to want to withdraw. And I think in the standpoint of Iowa athletics, I think that their conservative nature by nature, I think we'd all agree they tend to be conservative, which is, that can serve you well in certain situations. I think that's caused them, to maybe not be as progressive as I would like for them to be in helping us from an NIL perspective. And so it's probably a culmination of a lot of things. It may be that they just don't like me. I don't know. I have no idea. But I've said on this show, I think I never received a phone call from Gary during the year that I've been running the Swarm.
I said earlier, I don't want to just turn into a beating session for Gary Barta.
No.
But let me just say that is, I don't need either you two to agree or disagree. What you just said is completely absurd and ridiculous, Brad. The fact that the athletic director at Iowa has never called you once with how important, and that tells me that either you have an AD who's not interested in helping the cause or doesn't understand how important this initiative is. And Don, you didn't coach during the NIL era. You've been watching this evolution of college athletics from the sidelines, but I know this is somewhat, we're just kind of speculating, but if you're in that position, I know it's hard to adapt. And when you're an older guy, as Gary is, it's hard to change. Change is hard anyways in life. But man, don't you got to communicate? I mean, how do you not communicate with the leader of the Swarm? Maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but I don't think I am.
It's certainly surprising that Brad and Gary haven't had any number of phone conversations over the past year.
And like I said, whenever we've run into each other, when I'm around the athletics facilities, I always shake hands and say hi. And so it's not probably like your relationship with him, Coach. It's cordial. There's not. I mean, he's not a jerk. He's not a guy that is standoffish or brash or rude, or he's not any of those things. He's a really nice guy.
Yes, he is.
I just think that this new era is a different world, and there are different ways that people approach it, and maybe what the answer is, and maybe this is the way I should choose to believe it, is that he didn't call me because he knows I've got it all under control. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what how I should choose to look at it. But I'll tell you that I would have liked to have had some additional conversations with him about things that I would like.